Hidden deep within our oceans is a vast, mysterious network of ocean currents, invisible to the naked eye, but profoundly influencing the life cycle of the Earth. These currents are inextricably linked, acting like a giant conveyor belt. They silently transport oxygen, heat, salt, and the essential nutrients for life across our blue planet, perfectly and endlessly. It is because of these invisible forces that life on Earth exists in such a beautiful balance. These ocean currents are the true silent heroes in regulating global climate, whose contribution is immense, yet often overlooked in the discussion. We often don't realize their importance until something suddenly goes wrong. The most powerful and influential of these vast ocean current systems is the AMOC, the Atlantic Meridional Overturning Circulation. It is essentially a key pillar of the Earth's climate system. According to scientists, this system is not only slowing down, but the situation is getting worse. Some studies indicate that it could be at risk of collapsing by 2025. Such events have happened before in Earth's history, but there is no precedent for this in the last 10,000 years. And this time, the difference is big. This time, we are here. We have civilization. So the question arises, how did such a major life-changing change start happening behind our eyes? If the worst-case scenario really happens, what will happen to life on Earth? I'm James Stewart, and you're watching Astro Earth. Join me in this video. We'll try to figure out what's really going on below the surface. Sounds pretty scary, doesn't it? We're in 2025. And the possible collapse of the AMOC inspired the movie The Day After Tomorrow. In other words, what once seemed like a fantasy is now closer to reality. Doesn't that sound like a far cry? There's not much discussion or even a hint of an emergency. To be honest, many of you may be hearing the name AMOC for the first time. This is actually one of the big problems with a force, one that we can't see directly, nor can we easily measure, so its importance often escapes our attention. The reality is that as our planet warms, there are indications that the AMOC has been gradually weakening over the past 60 to 70 years. According to some scientists, its strength has decreased by at least 15% since 1950. It is now at its weakest in more than a millennium. One major piece of evidence for this is the formation of an unusually cold ring over the North Atlantic Ocean. Surprisingly, while almost all regions of the world have warmed in the last 20 years, this particular region has actually cooled. So what is the reason behind this? The main reason is believed to be the slowing down of the AMOC. Because one of the most important functions of this system is to transport heat from one region of the world to another, the AMOC is actually one of the largest heat transport systems on Earth. It carries so much energy that it is about 50 times the total energy consumption of humanity, as if millions of power plants were running simultaneously. So when it slows down, naturally the regions concerned cool down. Until 2021, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, estimated that the probability of AMOC collapse this century was less than 10%, with a moderate level of confidence. But in October 2024, new concerns arose. In an open letter to the Nordic Council of Ministers, 44 climate scientists from 15 countries warned that the risk of AMOC collapse could be greater than we had previously thought. At the same time, a study published in Nature Communications analyzed sea surface temperature data dating back to 1870 and showed that the system could collapse sometime between 2025 and 2095. So the question is, which is true? This dilemma begins our investigation. Let's dig deeper. What exactly is the AMOC? How does it work? How does it relate to the ice ages? And what could happen to us if it breaks down?